What's up, Nerd Crew? Nurdie J here, and today we're going to do a quick review of the Gundam model that I was building of Gundam Sandrock from Gundam Wing. Without further ado, cue the intro. Before we start, I will let you guys know that I'm only going to be going off my memory with reviews, so it's going to be pretty brief. And also, I might be pausing a lot more because of coughing, since I am still sick. So I just wanted to get those things out of the way. So this is Gundam Sandrock from the Gundam Wing series, and the thing is that it's not the custom version because he didn't come with a gun when I was building him. That's like the only difference between the two, and this is piloted by Ketro Baba Winner, and he pretty much deals solely with a melee attacks, but he can throw his shuttles on his back. He can throw those at the enemy if needed. He is typically based in the desert, and he does go to other places ultimately. But the thing is that he has a team of friends and allies called the Makwana Corps that helps with tactics and other stuff as his kind of private militia. Though he's only 15 years old, Kataruma Baba Winner is really skilled at what he does, though he can be a tad emotional in the sense of crying a lot, because he does value life. The Makwana Corps helps in the desert, and the thing is that the Gundam's main goal is to stop Oz from their nefarious schemes as a false good guy persona of liberating the colonies, which where they come from. For articulation, this model kit actually has a lot. He's got a double ball jointed head, so he's got like a lot of range of movement, and he's got a ball joint with a butterfly joint that goes up for the shoulders. Inside the shoulders, he's got a swivel that goes up and down, or a hinge, and then he does have an actual swivel here. He's got a double jointed arm. The hands do pop off quite easily, but so he does get a good range of motion if need be. And then stupid hand. The thing is, the hand is on a ball joint. The connection is fairly loose. He does have a waist swivel, but it does get hindered if you have everything on his back. So, you have that. Yeah, I kind of tried to re-record this, and I forgot to put things back the way they were, but we'll deal with that later. Anyway, the backpack can pop off for reasons. And the thing is that his hip skirts are supposed to be, his front hip skirts are supposed to be single jointed. Instead, I did break the center of it and then trimmed it down. So he does have double ball joints. So he does have ball joints individually, I mean. So his legs can go up pretty fairly high, honestly. And then spread out these other skirts. And then, yeah, pretty far back. Out is not so much, but you don't really need much. Not only does he have a waist swivel, he does have a hinge, so if he needs to bow. And where it comes from is actually back here. There's this little panel that raises up. So, problem is, yeah, that tends to happen if you go too far. And getting it back on is a little tricky, lining it up. But he also has, if you could look, I don't know how well it's showing up, but he's got like a really small movement in his actual waist. But it is kind of hindered through this vent area where the cockpit is. So he does have a double jointed knee. He can swivel his leg thanks to up here. He's got that. Then you got like ankle rock forward and back. Not actual ankle here, but you do have the ankle down here, which is on the inside, and then you can rock the feet themselves. And if need be, you can point the foot down. So you got that. Let's get this back on. You can place the shuttles. Let's see if I can remove it without breaking it. You can remove the shuttles and the shield. The only problem with the shuttles I have with these shuttles, these solid ones, is that they just sit. They don't actually friction in all that well. And then you can either place them in like how I like to, which is apparently inaccurate, but I'm like, it's a blade, so why not have the actual blade sticking out? But the way it's usually held is actually like this, like a sickle. So, and then you could also like take off the backpack without taking this off the back, and then you can place that on, and he can have his snake shield, like that. Or you could do what I accidentally did earlier and take off the whole unit. And usually when the unit is on his back, so the thrusters are pointed down, this is not correct for that mode. It's actually, they plug in on this little hole here, and they actually just go straight down with the shield just hanging out like that. But this is in an attack mode. Like I said, I tried to review this earlier, lost all the footage, and that's why things are the way they are. And you just attach them upside down, and then attach the snake shield on upside down. So it becomes kind of like this pincer unit. Problem is that this is not lined up, and I don't know how to get it lined up. I think it's warped in the plastic itself. But, and then you could just place the whole unit on his arm, like this, and he could have a launching weapon, kind of like Gundam does size Buster Shield. That's why you also have the thrusters backwards. Now, as far as added parts, this model kit comes with two different types of blades. You got the solid steel ones, or you can replace them with these energized ones. So we'll just put that on. And these actually fit a lot better. So you could just place them in his hands, or you could replace them with the steel ones and have like energy based. So for hand options, this model kit does come with a lot of hand options. And so we'll just remove this one. And he comes with randomly a thumbs up, which I think is supposed to hold the weapons. I'm not sure, because I've never seen him hold a weapon with his thumb up. And it kind of gets in the way, but it is pointed down. So I think it's so if you want to have them pointing forward, like, hey bud, what's up? Kind of thing, you know, but I don't like the thumb. It doesn't work for me, because it's just like, he's just like, woo, sorry, come on down. He's just like, hey, so, to me at least. And then he also comes with some resting hands. Or limp handshake that you thought you were going for a handshake and then they kind of just disappointed you. Parts will fall off. I would recommend doing little dabs of glue, but be careful because the glue will get into joints and stuff in some cases, so just be wary, because I did glue all these in the back, but the thing is that the Leo, I misassembled something and I had to fix it, but the problem is that the glue instantly dried. So, but essentially, just these resting hands, you can have them like that. So, I'll give you my final thoughts afterwards. For my overall thoughts, I think it's actually a fairly good model kit, though the tolerances can be a little off. So I'd recommend like doing a little dab of glue for like the wrist, do a little dab of glue or a floor polisher or whatever that won't interact with the plastic, And then, like, if you do glue, pop it in, wiggle it around, pop it back out, and let it dry. It might have to do, like, depending on, like, this arm, I might have to do, like, a couple times doing that, as there's a lot of play. Well, this one I might have to do once. And then also just for, like, the crest that fell off and some of the other stuff that fell off, if you don't want it to fall off, the dabs of glue, but be careful of the joints. And, yeah, I'm probably just going to make these permanent, honestly, permanent blades, because I like to think of the energized ones as the heated ones from the custom. And I forgot to show off, but yeah, this is a prelude to the custom because he has a place for his gun right here. So, but yet he didn't come with a gun. So, with that said, I do recommend this, honestly, if you can find it. It is getting kind of hard. Amazon is sometimes sold out, sometimes not. But I do recommend getting your hands on the model kits. They're really good, or Gunpla, as they're actually called. I've been Nurdie J for Nurdie Boys, and I'll catch you next time.